The first thing you notice in Monaco is not the cars. It is the rhythm. A quiet, confident pulse that moves through the narrow streets, past polished marble entrances and sunlit terraces overlooking the Mediterranean. Then, almost as if on cue, the cars arrive. A low growl echoes between the buildings. Heads turn, conversations pause, and cameras rise instinctively. A supercar glides into view, precise and effortless. Behind the wheel, often, is a woman who looks as composed as the machine she commands. In Monaco, that pairing is no longer surprising. It is expected. This is not just about cars. It is about presence, timing, and the kind of lifestyle that turns everyday movement into a performance. The arrival as a statement. In Monaco, arrival matters, not in a loud, attention-seeking way, but in a controlled, deliberate sense. The way a car pulls up to the entrance of Hôtel de Paris or Casino Square can say more than words ever could. For many women in Monaco's elite circles, the supercar is not a symbol of rebellion or excess. It is a tool of expression. The choice of model, color, even the way the engine is allowed to idle for a moment longer than necessary, all of it contributes to a carefully crafted impression. A matte black Lamborghini Aventador suggests power with restraint. A pastel-toned Ferrari hints at playfulness beneath discipline. A Rolls-Royce, driven rather than chauffeured, signals quiet authority. These are not random decisions. They are curated, much like everything else in this world. The women behind the wheel. The women who dominate Monaco's luxury scene come from different paths, but they share a similar understanding of value. Some are entrepreneurs who built their wealth in tech, fashion, or finance. Others are heirs to global fortunes. A few are public figures whose influence extends far beyond the Riviera. What connects them is not just money, it is control. Control over their time, their image, and the environments they move through. Driving a supercar through Monaco is not about proving capability. That has already been established. It is about enjoying the result of that capability in a visible, tangible way. And there is something else. Precision. These cars demand attention, and the women who drive them respond in kind. There is a mutual respect between driver and machine that is hard to miss if you watch closely. The supercars that define the scene. Certain cars appear again and again in Monaco, each carrying its own personality. Ferrari remains a favorite, particularly among those who value heritage. The lines are classic, the sound unmistakable. It is a car that does not need explanation. Lamborghini appeals to those who prefer sharper edges and a more aggressive presence. It is harder to ignore, and that is often the point. Bugatti exists in a category of its own. Rare, almost surreal, it is less a car and more an event whenever it appears. Then there are the understated choices. Bentley, Aston Martin, and Rolls-Royce offer a different kind of luxury. Less about spectacle, more about refinement. These are often chosen by women who understand that subtlety can be just as powerful as spectacle. What matters is not the brand itself, but how it fits into the broader lifestyle. In Monaco, everything must align. Casino Square. The stage. If Monaco has a stage, it is Casino Square. This is where the world gathers to watch and be watched. Luxury cars line the streets like an exhibition, each one competing quietly for attention. Women step out in tailored silhouettes, designer heels meeting polished pavement. Sunglasses, often oversized, conceal just enough to maintain a sense of distance. There is no rush, there is no need. Valets move with practiced efficiency. Engines are silenced, doors are opened, and for a brief moment, everything slows down. It is easy to think this is all for show. In some ways it is. But it is also a social language, a way of communicating status, taste, and belonging without saying a word. The role of fashion. In Monaco, the car is only part of the arrival. Fashion completes it. Outfits are chosen with the same level of intention as the vehicles themselves. Light fabrics that move with the sea breeze during the day. Structured, elegant pieces for the evening. Colors that complement both the setting and the car. There is an understanding of proportion. A bold car may be paired with a more understated outfit. A simpler vehicle might be elevated by a striking ensemble. Nothing clashes. Everything is deliberate. Accessories play a quiet but important role. A handbag placed casually on the passenger seat. A watch that catches the light just as the door opens. Small details that reinforce the overall image. The billionaire lifestyle behind the scenes. What the public sees is only a fraction of the story. Behind the scenes, life in Monaco operates on a different level entirely. Private chefs, personal trainers, and dedicated stylists are standard. Schedules are flexible, yet full. Business meetings may take place on yachts or in exclusive lounges rather than traditional offices. Travel is constant but seamless. A helicopter ride to Nice airport takes minutes. Private jets reduce the world to a manageable scale. For many of these women, the supercar is just one part of a larger system designed to maximize both efficiency and enjoyment. There is also a strong sense of privacy. Despite the visibility, personal lives are carefully protected. Relationships, family matters, and business strategies remain largely out of public view. The social dynamics. Monaco's elite community is small, and relationships matter. Events are frequent, ranging from charity galas to private dinners. Invitations are selective. Reputation carries weight. Within this environment, the supercar becomes a subtle social tool. It can reinforce status, signal alignment with certain groups, or even spark conversations that lead to new opportunities. There is an unspoken understanding of how far to go. Too much display can feel forced. Too little can be misread as disengagement. Balance is everything. The influence of social media. In recent years, social media has added another layer to Monaco's luxury culture. Arrivals are now documented and shared instantly. A perfectly timed clip of a car pulling into Casino Square can reach millions within hours. For some women, this visibility is part of their brand. It opens doors to collaborations, partnerships, and global recognition. For others, it is simply a way to document a lifestyle that already exists. Either way, the impact is undeniable. Monaco's image is no longer confined to those who can physically be there. It has become a digital spectacle as well. The cost of perfection. Maintaining this level of lifestyle requires more than money. It demands consistency. Cars must be maintained to an exact standard. Appearances must be managed carefully. Time must be allocated efficiently. There is pressure, even if it is rarely acknowledged. The expectation to uphold a certain image can be demanding, but for many, the rewards outweigh the effort. The freedom, the experiences, and the sense of control make it worthwhile. A day in the life. Morning begins quietly. A balcony overlooking the sea, coffee prepared just right, messages reviewed at a measured pace. Late morning may involve a workout or a meeting. The pace is steady, not rushed. Afternoon brings movement. Perhaps a drive along the coast, the car responding smoothly to each turn. Lunch at a familiar spot where privacy is respected without needing to be requested. Evening is when Monaco truly comes alive. Cars reappear, outfits change, and the energy shifts. Arrivals at Casino Square, dinners that extend late into the night, conversations that blend business with leisure. And then, eventually, a return home. Quiet again, at least until the next day begins. The future of luxury in Monaco. As technology evolves, so does the definition of luxury. Electric supercars are beginning to appear, offering performance with a different kind of presence. Sustainability is becoming part of the conversation, even in a place known for excess. Yet, the core elements remain the same: precision, control, and the ability to move through the world with intention. The women of Monaco are not simply adapting to these changes, they are shaping them. Conclusion. Monaco is often described as a playground for the wealthy. That is only partially true. It is also a place of discipline, strategy, and careful presentation. The supercars, the fashion, the arrivals at Casino Square, all of it forms a system, a way of communicating identity and status in a highly visible environment. For the women who navigate this world, it is not about proving anything. It is about living in alignment with a certain standard, and doing so with consistency. The engines will continue to echo through the streets. The cameras will continue to capture each arrival. And the rhythm of Monaco will continue. steady and precise, just like the people who define it.